Welcome back to Talking with Teri TV, and on today's episode of Spilling the Tea, we're spilling it on Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck and how this divorce has an impact on their brand in a big way. Anytime we have a divorce or separation, this does have an impact on us, either in a positive or negative way. But today we're going to specifically talk about how this is impacting their brands. Now, Ben, honestly, I think it's not going to impact him in any significant way, and actually quite the opposite. I think people are coming out in full support, backing him up and showing him support in a positive way. Now, Jennifer, on the other hand, different story. All right, my friends, let's unpack this on how Jennifer has contributed to the destruction of her brand. Now, this divorce is one of many things that have contributed to this, but this divorce is number 4, and it's giving her the reputation that she can't be single. She's in a relationship after relationship after relationship, marriage, divorce, engaged, called off the engagement, marriage, divorce, right? And it's starting to give her fans a different reputation about her, and they've spoken loud and clearly. Just do a quick Google search if you don't believe me. They're done with her, they're done with her brand, and the reason why we know this is her sales are dropping significantly. So I think in some ways her reputation has caught up to her in a negative way. Now, I have shared with you on videos in the past about our divas and our run-ins with our own divas, and I'm not to say here to say that Jennifer Lopez is a diva, but there's a lot of evidence out there that would support that idea. Okay, I don't know her personally, I've never hung out with her, but these are some of those kind of tall tale signs that I've talked about in some of my other videos about how to spot a diva. Okay, now this divorce has been a part of this, but there's some other things that have been leading up to her demise, and that is, just recently her concert tour was canceled, and the reason for that is because they couldn't get the sales. So this is starting to have a huge impact on her livelihood, on her brand, on her fan base, and so we've got to take a look at this, right? She also had a failed documentary that just launched about a month ago as this recording. And so it's been followed with huge, harsh criticism. She wasn't able to find someone to back the project. Ben Affleck actually told her not to do it. She decided, I do what I want, which can get us in trouble, okay, business owners. And she did. And it has been a huge flop. She lost millions of dollars in that project doing that. And the last thing that I'd like to point out is that this is having her impact on her brand is starting to call her out. People are speaking out. I mean, I had Mary, our producer, doing a couple quick searches on her, and she's like reading off the comments, and she's like, Teri, it's consumed with negative. It is like she is being beaten down, okay? And so when we have that impact on our business, she has children, right? Those children are also being exposed to this. And it's sad because any type of divorce or separation, children, get the short end of the stick. And in this situation, there's been multiple transitions for these kids. But we also got to take a look at that. Like, how is your brand now also having a direct impact on your family and the health of those relationships within the brand? Because I guarantee you they're not being able to be protected by all of this because there's just so much negativity out there. And so 3 major things that are the key takeaways in all of this. 1, it's okay to take a break. Okay, in her case, it's okay to be alone, and it's okay to take a break from being in an intimate relationship, and just time for reflection, right? As business owners, if we feel like there's so much being thrown at us, I know I felt that way not too long ago, and I had to take a step back, and it gave me an opportunity for reflection. I was able to reconnect, recharge, recenter, because clarity is in the hidden silence. I mean, that is just, you can't be constantly going 10,000 miles per minute and being able to produce at a high level if you are being bombarded with stuff. So take a moment, say, you know what, I'm taking this as a sign from the universe, God, spirit, angels, to say, you know what, I gotta recenter here, I gotta recharge. I got to refocus on what really matters to me, okay? Number two, she has been pushing stuff out, forcing it. And what I call this is the push or the force energy. And when we get into that state, we're like, oh my gosh, nothing's working like that. We go into a place of scarcity. We go into a low vibration. We are now going and just trying to find what sticks, right? And so she's throwing out so much right now. None of it's being successful, and it's coming back and it's biting her, okay? So quality versus quantity is key, my friends. I just had a conversation with my team today of looking at the strategy of doing things like how are we spending our time? What are we doing? Where do we need to refocus on? What do we need to get rid of? And for the last couple of months, I've been doing that in my own business. So quality versus quantity. And the third thing, and this seems so basic that you're going to laugh at me probably here, but it's just simply kindness, right? Like I can't tell you how many times I've had the conversation in the last 3 to 5 months where people are coming up to me and they're like, and myself included, I'm like, I am baffled by human behavior. And I used to be a therapist, okay? I am baffled by human behavior right now. And here's what my take on it is. I realize that everybody is having their stuff surface so that we can address it. I realize so I can show kindness and empathy because that's what's being shown to every person on this planet right now, okay? And it's our responsibility. We don't have to be a diva. We don't have to be a jerk. We can just be kind. We can agree to disagree. We can have powerful conversations that we don't have to be a jerk in the process, right? So just show some kindness to others and kindness to ourselves. And I think that, my friends, would contribute to a lot of us moving through this time with a little bit more ease and grace, okay? So take a moment, check yourself. If you find yourself getting heated up, if you find yourself getting annoyed, take that as a warning indicator, right? It's like the check engine lights coming on and saying, okay, let me make another choice here. Do I need to walk away? Do I need to remove myself? What do I need to do in order to show up and send the best message for myself and my brand? Because guess what? Anytime you're doing anything, people are watching, right? How are you contributing? How are we contributing to the greater good on this planet, my friends? And with that, my friends, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love, and I'll see you on the next episode.